Okay, I got all the capacitors changed on this Motorola, and it's doing pretty good, even with a bad speaker. Okay, so the next thing is to do an IF alignment. So let me pause this and we'll flip it over and see what we got to do. Okay, I'm set up to do the alignment on this, and we got 400 and roughly 55 kilohertz going into the grid of the oscillator tube, and I've got my RF power and my signal, 1000 hertz signal that you're hearing, way down, and we're still getting a signal. And so we're about to try to do a IF alignment on this, and I'm just going to have to lower the volume because it's already pretty dang loud. I imagine we're pretty close to right on it. And I'm going to try to do this and hold the phone. My voice may kick in and out if I get on that speaker. Yeah, over the microphone on my camera. Okay, so we're going to start with the number 1. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be pretty good. Usually when I change capacitors, I have to, I'm sorry about that light. Let's see if we can get that down. I have to really set these. But you hear how loud that is. It's pretty accurate. Now we'll do the second IF, which is here. This is why I normally don't do alignments on YouTube, because it's just, it's just a matter of going back and forth on these. But I figured I'd do one on this radio, and then we start over again. Be very careful if you're using a metal screwdriver when you do this. I'd say we're pretty good. We're there. We're there. Okay, the next thing is to set the dial, but I'm not going to do that. Right now I got to mark the dial indicator and all that in order to get to the high end and low end, but you get the gist of setting the IF, and this one is really, really sensitive. I've got the signal generator totally disconnected. It's so sensitive. It's just picking it up. I mean, look, don't have nothing connected. It's picking it up through the antenna from that far away. Isn't that amazing? This is a good radio. Okay, I shut the generator off. Let's try some channels. Now, these are far stations for me.
Thank you, Avery. Yeah, I'm giving you
Okay,
maybe like a B plus.
That one's about 35 miles away.
Okay, well, look, first of all, it was a fascinating interview, and Will is very popular, very successful communicator, huge Instagram following, and his PragerU videos are pretty impressive. But
that's pretty good with a bad speaker. Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
I'm in the basement, of course, with no antenna. There's a far one. Get some static from something, interference coming in. Of course, the speakers got some issues. He's trying to pull things in far away.
Por Euphoria, en tu ciudad Atlanta está siendo la mamacita de la mejor. Cada día tenemos...
Yeah, that's our local station.
5357, helping America protect and grow their wealth.
Great music without all the harsh and raunchy stuff. Relaxing all-time favorites. The new 1077, The Breeze.
That hum is from my fluorescent lights and all. Listen to that. With a bad speaker. Another far station. Great selectivity, great sensitivity. Okay, I got this radio doing pretty good. All of this sensitivity's there. Picks up distant stations well. A local station, which I'll come back to. Another one. Good sensitivity, see, just a little change. And of course, there's a lot of interference where I'm at. But you see, it's even pulling in that digital broadcast. Another one. That's a digital beacon there. And this is just with the radio's antenna. I don't even have my external antenna on it.
From paradise. That would be Florida.
That's
The planet of Florida is
WJ and
You're living living the
color.
life, AJ. You're living the life. That's all I can say.
So if we come back to our local station, you can see those two screws coming through the bottom there. They're screwed into the bottom of the speaker, which holds the speaker down to the cabinet. So it has to be this particular speaker, because it has to have the pilot light, it has to be pre-drilled in, tapped at the right place for the speaker to be screwed to the chassis instead of just screwed to the front, which most speakers only screw to the front.
Appeal to a broader.
And most speakers, they screw just through the front, and they don't have, they have the speaker output transformer mounted on them. They don't have a pilot light, obviously. That pilot light is just made for this particular brand radio. So it's going to take me a while to find that exact speaker or suitable replacement. The only other thing I could possibly do is find a speaker that would work, put spacers back here, pre-drill holes into the chassis and bolt it down here to the chassis with spacers, and then put this on, which holds the tuning. Of course, I have to worry about the string unraveling when I disconnect the speaker, so I have to tape that all off and make sure that none of these strings come off these pulleys, because this whole tuning section comes off the screws to the top of the speaker. Then I would have to somehow figure out how to get this off here. It's actually, well, it's clipped on. I can probably slide it off. It looks like it's clipped onto this clip here that's welded on. You know, it's part of the speaker assembly. It's welded on in the factory. Getting that to come out, and I don't know. That would be a big challenge. So the ideal would be to find that exact speaker, because I would have no way to I'd have to just figure out how to solder the pilot light, and I don't know if I can even solder to that cast aluminum. Maybe it wouldn't be easy. It's not like soldering to the steel chassis. Soldering to aluminum is very difficult. You know, just like in welding, when you want to weld aluminum, you got to use a TIG welder. So, and this is spot welded on in the factory. It's actually part of the speaker, that bracket that goes across the top there. So I don't know that I can use any replacement speaker. It would have to be the speaker made for this radio. Most likely, in order to find that speaker, I'd have to find a parts radio that has a speaker intact. That would be very difficult. If somebody strips a parts radio and puts the speaker online, I can monitor it, grab it, let the owner know that I have a replacement at that time. Other than that, there's nothing I can do. So, I mean, I could possibly put something on the cone, but I might make it worse. It actually plays pretty good just the way it is, so I wouldn't mess with it until we find the actual replacement speaker. So that's where we're at, and short of sending it out to be reconed, which would be cost prohibitive on this radio, I would imagine. Thanks for watching the video. If you found it beneficial, please consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribing, and I appreciate it. Thank you.